Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is JT with Legacy Art Games, and we are back supporting chronically ill and disabled gamers. I would like to welcome you guys back to our, how shall I put it, the pre-debut stream series for Before We Leave. And I'm just getting to stream that streaming link out to everybody who may want to watch, and then we will get to it. Sorry guys, just 1 second more. Okay, that'll do it. And we are good to go. We are going to do a 30-minute stream tonight. Before I get started, there are a couple things to point out here. You will notice more immediately that the game has started up with a new UI. So that's going to be interesting to see. It's got all kinds of functionality to it. It's got the Discord linked here, the Twitter, all kinds of that stuff. You have a much more, I think, attractive looking layout. So I like that so far. And another thing I wanted to point out to all of you folks, since I know with Legacy Art Games focusing a lot on supporting disabled gamers, that it would be of interest to you. The developer of the game has expressed an interest to me in having my help with accessibility options for Before We Leave. So I think it's very cool that he would like to make sure this game is accessible to as many people as is possible, including individuals with certain disabilities. I've already covered some options for deaf players, for the colorblind, potentially maybe for individuals with epilepsy, but there really aren't many effects in this game which might prompt that particular issue, we don't think, but it's really not for me to decide, it's just for me to suggest. But I thought that was very cool. So anyway, we're gonna pick up where we left off last episode. I made sure that the tutorials are not exact duplicates of each other so that you guys would not be watching the same streams over and over again. And fortunately, the tutorial worlds are not duplicates, so you are in fact seeing a unique game. And let's go ahead and get started with that 30-minute stream. Continue. And when we had last left off, our peeps had finished developing their village such that they could take to the oceans and sail off to find an entirely new continent, desert continent, which they're now looking at settling. As you can see, trade wins. We've done it. Your peeps have colonized a new island. Life here is precarious, so we'll need to rely on the first island for support. Let's find a way to transport resources between islands. So we're going to have to research shipping on the new island. And we're also going to have to build an explorer and a library in order to make that possible. And I really need to get used to using right click to move the globe and left click to select. I'm not in that habit. What can we research back here at home while we're looking at things over on the new continent? Bridges, schools. Oh wow, we have a lot of options now. Shipping, but we can't do that here. Oh, I see how it works. Maybe you need different colored research from different colored ruins, maybe. Yeah, green research. That would be one suggestion I'd get in there to the developer is... Actually, no, never mind. Okay, so we can select those. But we've got a lot of options here, a very big tech tree. Just looking at it all. And I know one of our priorities here is going to be clothing appropriate for the desert. But first we of course want to look at shipping, which we're going to need to find some red research for. Right now we only have green research. And I'll leave things be for the moment. And why are our people here unhappy? Why are they unhappy? Peeps working here are unhappy, so they're going slow. Try cheering them up with better food and drink, less pollution, or a party. Well, maybe if I upgrade the building... Okay, we need technologies to do that, which we do not have. How do I throw them a party? Well, thinking on it, how about we do one more vegetable farm and one more tea field. And then we will where was it? Warehouse. I hate to clear that forest because we need it. But you need so much for your warehouses. There's only so much space to go around. Well, I suppose we'll make the sacrifice and hope we don't regret it. Just wait for our peeps to go over there and get rid of that. Just want to make sure that anything that could make our peeps happier, well, that it's there. So we'll set that new warehouse to be built. In the meantime, we're going to find our way back to our landing site here. You can put resources on ships and move them back and forth, apparently. And this is Island 2, which we look to not know much about. And looking around a bit, there's some red research right there, but that's going to be quite a trip for our peeps, isn't it? We're on a desert island, so only these green tiles are really habitable. This seemed like the best landing site option to me. And I just heard a little chime here. Let's see. What is the other warehouse we have doing? They are storing vegetables. Okay. So we will have this warehouse store tea. They'll store wood. And they can also store iron. So that's good for now. And hopefully that tea will make the workers a little bit happier. So let's get on with the business of, well, setting up here on the island. We need to get that explorer built and the library built. I don't know if it... Well, let's see. That's considered a forest. It's not much of a forest, but it is a forest. They get a 75% speed penalty here. That's an ouch. That's gonna make it take a while for them to get to the research sites up there. But I still think we made the right choice for a landing site. Let's see how we can do for... I need to remember where everything is. Explorer's hut. Can we build one here in the desert without a problem? It looks like we can. And I don't want to use our green tiles unnecessarily because, well, those are important. And I'll go ahead and demolish this forest. And this one, and this one, and this one as well. And I'm just gonna make a road direct through the desert. I hope that's not a mistake, but if it is, it's a learning experience. What is this? A resource cache. It's got a tree trunk and some stone. Actually, there are quite a few of them around here. I wonder what you... wonder how you use them. But anyway, we want to build roads. Let's see if we can do that. Roads connecting through the desert to that very end tile there. Looks like we can still build through the resource caches, which is good. So let's go back here and build a library. Like I said, I hope to build the library... Well, I'll build it here. Or do I want to build it there? So like I said, I hate to waste any green tiles, and we're kind of in an awkward building location, but we'll build the library here since nothing else is going to be built here. Or actually, maybe we... I don't know. Yeah, let's not build it there. I have an idea for something else that can go there. On second thought, yeah, let's build it there. Sorry. Okay. And we're gonna have our peeps build stuff. Hopefully they will, at least. No peeps are working here because there aren't enough peeps in range. Oh, yes, Well, how about building them a house? And then maybe there will be peeps in range. And the reason we try and preserve the green tiles is because that's where you can grow food. Here in the desert. And I am going to set up to grow food here, of course, but first is first, we have our mission. We need to research shipping so that we can get some help from the main village way back on the island. Looks like the explorer's hut is ready. And they will hopefully go out looking for some red technology because we're going to need it. Oh, what's this say? Okay, we have an explorer going out and about. And we're going to have to wait for him to get 20 red research. So while we do that, let's set up for some... Let's set up for some agriculture here. We will have them grow fruit, vegetables. Oh, can I not? And I couldn't see what it said because the instructions there sort of cover it up. Okay. Well, we will try for a well. No, not a well either. Okay, they need some source of drinking fluid here, so we are going to... Well, I hate to do it, but demolish another forest to clear some room here. And another down here while I'm thinking of it. And then we will continue this road here, 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 here. Okay, that's good enough. And maybe now, hopefully, yep, now we can build our tea field. And there are no peeps working here because there aren't enough peeps in range. So we need to build a... that's a problem. Well, we're going to have to build another home for peeps. I'm not sure if it would make them unhappy to live here, but we'll hope not. And they are going to need supplies here more immediately rather than relying entirely upon the island. So right next to our explorer's hut, I'm going to build a woodcutter. Yep, they're both waiting for wood, so hopefully an enterprising peep out there will get moving. In fact, I'll make that top priority there. You can adjust the priority of different facilities around your I suppose you would call it your peep empire. So in this case, I wanted them to be chopping wood more than anything, so I just upped the priority. Of course, you can go high, normal, low priority. And now they are... Well, I know they went somewhere to get some wood cut. No peeps again. Well, I heard them cutting. Okay, we need to get some storage space going, which is what I had in mind here as well. A warehouse. But this again is going to need wood and tools. So we really need that shipping. But the thing is, our explorer cannot store more than one. Well, actually, we got 8 red research, but that's not enough. I don't think, anyway. Oh, and I like that it's a different time zone here on the island. That's very nice. But we have to research shipping, and that's not going to work out with just 8. Unless it's a different cost here on the island. Nope, it's still 20 red to research here. Okay, someone's working at the library delivering red research now. That's good. And we have that extra house built. And it looks like they're working on getting things built for the warehouse here. Small community, but it will get started. Let's see, what else can I do to help them along? They have forests over this way, so I'll go ahead and get rid of this one and this one. And while I'm at it, also this one and this one. Okay, we have our first warehouse on the new continent. And we're going to want to store some vegetables, fruit, and tea for now, I think. We will build a second warehouse just like we did on the first continent. But I just wanted to go through here, build a road along the coast to make these ruins a little more accessible to our explorer peeps, since we have a speed penalty on the desert tiles. And also, what was it that I had in mind here? Oh yes, we do need to get our manufacturing industry up and going here. The quarry, the iron mine, so on and so forth. Luckily enough, we have something right here that can be mined for iron ore. So we will... How do I want to do this? Well, let's go ahead and demolish this one as well. And then we'll build... We will build a lift, elevator. It's in my habit to say lift. Elevator. One more road. Then we'll build our elevator going up. We'll try our best to keep pollution away from the main population, but it's kind of tough up here. Although we could go for, well, that's for stone. We want our stone quarry there. Stone again. Stone, stone, stone. There's more iron, but it's way the heck over there. Although there is a lot of desert over here that we wouldn't really be settling, so... I'll have to think about that a little bit. We will build a road, and now that we can access the mountains up here. And I'll move around here. And again, just to be clear, I do not proclaim to know anything about what's best with this game. I am playing totally blind, no hints. It's just what I find to be more fun. We're gonna do... Before I set that up, that mining industry, I'm going to set up another warehouse, really. And where's a good place to do that? We can't really separate our peeps too much more. Oh, all that green land. I hate to take up a green tile. What's this? Oh, an oil source, okay. So that'll be a new strategic resource we'll have going for ourselves. And we've got the warehouse here. Okay, it looks like it prefers a specific... Maybe if I build a road... and then go back to it. Well, I was hoping it would connect kind of from here to, you know what I mean, but no, no such luck. And I really don't want to take up any more space than I've already taken up on our green tiles. I was wondering, what's that? Oh, it's space. We can see through the globe still. So let's go ahead and maybe get rid of this forest to make some room, and maybe it will connect this way. At least that way we only use up half of a useful tile. We do need to make some room for housing here too, additional housing for more peeps. And back on Island 1, it looks like the tea took care of that happiness problem, which is very nice. No, we don't want to demolish the library, and I hope I didn't demolish anything else just there. My goodness. Go ahead and set it to research something. And speaking of research, let's see how we're doing for red research. Ah, good enough to research shipping. And it says allows construction of shipwrights to create ships and ports to load resources onto ships. That still looks like it's going to take a moment to research, so we will continue our quest of developing the island here. Where was I? I wanted to make another warehouse. Oh, it just does not want to connect in that direction, so let's do a road here. Maybe. It just insists on eating up my nice green tiles, which I shall not do. And that would block access to a ruin, which I don't want to do. Couldn't quite see what that said. Again, it's sort of blocked by the tutorial guide here. Oh well, for now. Well, no, I really can't do it that way because it will interfere with their ability to go in this direction. What a trip this is to make one more warehouse, huh? There, let's see if they build that, and then we'll store some more construction type resources here. Well, that would be our 30 minutes, but we'll go a little while longer and see what we can see. Just a little bit longer. And while I'm thinking of it, there's really no harm to building What was I thinking of? A quarry. There's no harm to building that. So we'll build one of those. We really got to build more than one house, though. So we'll build a house. Oh, what's okay? We'll build a house right here. And we'll go ahead and cut down this forest. And in that way, we can build a school. Like, oh, schools take up 2 spaces. But they are important. We don't want our peeps to be uneducated. So we'll go ahead and take up 2 green tiles to build that. We're gonna have quite the thought about our agriculture here. Why don't I make things a little easier on our explorer peeps by just going ahead and finishing building that road? And what's going on here? No peeps for that. Oh, well, there is a slight bit of pollution coming on from the quarry. It's not too bad. The range is really only immediately around it, and there's nobody living up here, so I don't think anyone will care very much. And I do have plans beyond just the ruins here, but I'd like to get that that forest cleared out, which they're doing for us. Very good. And we'll go ahead and build more roads. I have no idea if that actually makes them the ruins more accessible to our explorers, but if it does, very good. They again don't have enough peeps. They need more resources, but then we researched shipping for a reason, and there it is right there. To get shipping underway, you need to go back to your original island and build a port and a shipwright. Then you can make a trade ship to begin transporting resources. So let's go back to our original island where it is nighttime. And we will... Okay, we will... cut down that forest. That's just some grass there. Not there. Here. Here's just grass. Okay. Then we'll build... Let's see, we need shipwright. That's just 1 hex. And... ports is just 1 hex. Okay. So we'll build a road here. And then we'll build the port and the shipwright. And it looks like things are pretty thriving here. We don't want the transmogrifier to think we've forgotten it, so... we'll feed it something to make it some tools. Oh, these folks are unhappy too. Not enough workers. Which reminds me, I want these guys to be able to learn as well. So I'm going to chop down this forest. And we'll go ahead and go to school, get everyone educated up. And while I'm at it, I'm remembering that we had some green technology here, bridges. Not gonna have much use for that, I suspect, on our new continent. But back here, well, we really need people. We just plain need people. We need peeps. Will they settle happily on desert terrain? Will they? Well, we can hope so. No? Oh, it's because the tile already has a road on it. Build another house there. This is the difficult part. We don't have the convenience of them just, you know, popping up out of the shelter whenever there's room for them. We kind of have to prioritize what we want. And we will be getting into wooden power generators here, but they spread pollution. Hopefully we find a way to deal with pollution here. Pollution cleaner, speak of the devil. Allows construction of cleaners who go up and clean pollution. Or who go and clean up pollution, I should say. That's red research. So we don't have enough to research that yet. And fountains make peeps happy. Cooking. Well, this all makes peeps much happier. The things that you can make from cooking. You make kitchens and smoothie makers. That's very forward thinking of them. Smoothies. And we have oil power here, which is convenient because we have two sources of oil right near where we have started our new community. But yes, I think, and we're gonna want this hot-cold climate clothing because things are not as ideal as they are back home. For that, we're going to need 40 red research for a house, and then an additional 60 for the clothing. So the pollution cleaner may have to wait a bit. What's going on here? Okay, we don't have the upgrade yet for that. I would imagine it comes with the house technology. No resources available for the school. Make that a higher priority. Although they can't really do anything without tools. Okay, so we've got a scout, we've got a colony ship, and we got a trade ship. Let's build a trade ship. And this will put resources onto a ship. So very convenient that they're right next to each other. That's coming along very nicely. Just giving them a moment to do their thing. Once we have a trade ship going, things may improve quite a bit, because right now we don't have anything on the other island with which to produce tools. Or at least I don't think we do. Oh, they're back to being unhappy. It's because of the pollution. So getting that anti-pollution technology is a priority for us. Let's go ahead and build some more to make them happy. They like tea. So I'll build some tea. Well, no, actually, let's build a road here so we don't get blocked. And then I will build a tea field for them. Because tea makes them happy. Hopefully that will tide them over. Alright, how's our ship doing? Over halfway. And how are our people back over on the new colony doing? Well, they're still struggling along because they just don't have everything they need. Let's see, what can we do to help them out? We don't need a bridge. We need some resources to build some tools and stuff. Well, we can do an iron. Ooh. There are two ways to move resources between islands: manually and using shipping routes. To set up a manual trade, move your trade ship next to a port, select the port, then click on the resource you want to load. Once the resources are loaded, select the ship and move it to your next port. You can then unload the resources from there. Setting up a shipping lane is more involved, so let's go through that now. First, click on the shipping button that's appeared above the road button. Okay. To create a new shipping lane, choose the resource you want to send and then drag from one port to another. Your new island needs tools. Let's send some over. And they're thinking just as we are. Island 1. Oh, well, let's see. Let me think here. It's gonna have to explain that one again to me. Okay, so Island 1, right? But I don't want to ship. Okay. Oh, okay, I get it. You just drag the circle from one point to the next. To get this shipping lane underway, the last thing you need to do is attach a ship to it. To do that, click on the little button in the middle of the shipping lane line. But first, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to transport potatoes, and that's not what I want to transport. So we want to go down here to the... Oh, right. I'm in the wrong place here. We want to transport tools. If we can change that. The Challenger. Very nice name, the Challenger. That's going to transport tools. So we'll send them 30 tools. And then we'll go back to shipping, click the line. Great, you can also get here by clicking on the big green button in the previous view. The last thing to do here is add our ship to the shipping lane. Click on the ship button and then the ship, and you're all done. Before I do that, I want to go back to the port, and I want to change that a bit. They need tools, yes, but I don't know that I want to give them... If this is a shipping lane, well, I suppose we have all the means here to make the tools that we need. Let's send them... We have some more room on the ship, or no? I think we have all the room that we have. Okay, so we will send Challenger, and that's all done. Shipping lanes will run constantly, transporting goods between islands. If you're just wanting to send a single delivery, it's easier to do that with a manual ship. If you want to delete a shipping lane, just remove all the resources from it, and the lane and its ships will be freed up. You can also edit the resources to make a ship leave a certain amount behind on the island, or simply take a maximum total amount before stopping. To exit shipping mode, just close this panel and then click the shipping button again, or zoom the camera in. Your new island only has 5 colonists, which isn't very useful, and we've already constructed a school which will help us get more peeps. They will be nice and educated and able to do things. And note that you'll have to go back to your original island. We've already researched the school. Your peeps are wearing rags and they're not happy about it. New clothes will help them, will help keep them happy, as well as removing fatigue they suffer when they travel too far on desert islands. You will need to research and build a number of things to get them in better clothing. First, we need to make glass. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and leave shipping. And let's look at our library here. I know there's not enough workers here, but we'll get enough. Glass, I recall, is behind power. So we need to get enough red research in order... Oh, we do have enough. As far as I can see. Yeah, we have enough to research power. And that will allow us to research wood power generators, but they do pollute, so be mindful of where you build them. Which makes me think, did our... Okay, yeah, we want to build... our very own iron mine up here. And I think we'll build for the sake of keeping pollution a non-issue, or as much of a non-issue as we can, trying to remember things here, sorry. Okay. Don't know why I didn't look at that. The iron smelter, unfortunately, has a very large pollution radius. We can have that affect a minimum of people by building up here on the mountain, I think. Because nobody's really going to be living down there in the desert, except on those 2 tiles, maybe. We can spare one of them, but then we'll just hit another green tile, so, yeah, we'll build it here. Well, no. Why don't I build it... No. Build it here. For now, it's not going to bother anyone. So we're going to need to research glasswork, which is in progress. Or shall be soon, I think. Might need to build an extra explorer to help them out with the ruins here. In fact, why don't I go ahead and... I go ahead and demolish this. So few peeps. Potato, no, you're not to be shipping potatoes. That's the old order, not the new order. Your new order is to ship tools. Well, that's bad news. Let me take a second look at shipping lanes here. Because they're to be shipping tools, not taters. Wait, detach, and then we will have them carry tools, and then we will go into shipping. No, they're still gonna ship potatoes. Why is that? I would like you not to ship potatoes. You need to ship tools, my friend. Tools. Let's do a manual shipping for... Can we do that right now or no? Okay, let's try a shipping lane again. units to ship. Infinity. Well, it's not a one-time shipping, so units to ship. You don't need to ship any potatoes there. You can. No more potatoes will be shipped. Just ship some tools over there. And then we will go ahead and select the Challenger. Okay. And now they're going to ship tools, I think. Are they? Are they shipping tools? They are. They're shipping tools. Aren't you guys going to be happy? Well, the ship is carrying a bunch of potatoes, so... Oh, it's going back. And now it'll wait for more tools, I suppose, and then continue shipping them. Maybe we can find a way to get those potatoes into the port. Oh, it did take them. So that's good. We'll just have to get a warehouse going, which in fact is happening now that we have some tools on the island. That's very good. Let's have it store potatoes, fruit, and tea for now. Or actually, no, I don't need, well, I do need more than that, but let's not store the potatoes, let's store the tools. And things are coming together nicely now that we got our shipping lane up and going. And I think that's where we're going to leave off for tonight, you guys. So I am seeing our island begin to shape up. And even though we're facing the difficulties of the desert, we're doing pretty well. So this has been JT with Legacy Arc Games, streaming a pre-debut episode of... Sorry, my dog just jumped on me. That was inconvenient timing. Streaming a pre-debut episode of Before We Leave. Now, if you guys liked what you saw tonight, please look down just a little bit, see that subscribe button and click it. You will be helping us in our cause of supporting disabled and chronically ill gamers. Thank you once again to Balancing Monkey Games for allowing us in on the pre-debut access. We will look forward to making another episode tomorrow, and for now, I bid you guys a good night.